Hey, it's good to see you. Have you been? Oh my gosh, it has been too long since we have done this. Oh yeah? Okay, well, tell you what, before you go on, get yourself comfortable and I'll make an order. So, what would you like? No, please, I insist. You said this was important, so I think that if anything, we can at least have something nice. Oh my gosh, go for the large. You are so modest. I am buying, and this is my treat to you. Trust me. There we go. Okay, I'll go and order. Get yourself settled. We'll catch up in 5, all right? Hey, can I get 2 large hot chocolates and, ooh, a couple of those brownies, if I may? Great, thanks. Oh, hey, do you want marshmallows and cream? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm having them, so, like, yeah. All right, wicked. Yeah, for both. Yeah, thanks. All right, thank you very much. Okay, one for you and one for me. So, how's it going? What's the news? Oh, yeah. You mentioned this before, right? They were giving you a bunch of shit? Right, dude. It's unreal, but sorry, I'm interrupting. Carry on. Whoa, no kidding. That's a pretty significant change, actually. Holy shit, they said what? That's that's unbelievable. That's so rude. I mean, like, are you managing okay? Can I help? Phew, okay, you know what? Fair. That sounds like a bit of an adjustment, but totally fair enough. So, play this out for me. Like, in 2 months, where do you kind of see yourself being? And it's totally fine to say, I don't know. Okay, fair. Well, at least from the off, it kind of sounds like you've got this figured out on paper. Okay. I'm seeing a little bit of self doubt creeping in, so I do just want to say that what you're going through is a hell of a change. And for me, I'd be scared to do what you're doing, but the thing is, you're taking charge, right? It would be super incredibly easy for people to just like sit back and let life throw things at them. But I think we both know that's just a way to survive and not actually to live. Whoa, hey, don't be cruel to yourself, okay? That's my friend you're talking about. What is it that's making you say that? You've always been creative. You're probably one of the most creative people I know. The thing is with making art is that it's like an iceberg, okay? Nobody sees like 90 to 95% of the work that you put in unless you post about it, and then you run the risk of some online chud calling you a poser and that you're fawning for attention, okay? Comparing yourself to other people and other channels is like comparing their highlights to your behind the scenes. It's not fair. And I think you know it's not fair. You know, they call comparison the thief of joy for a reason. So what? Other channels might put out content at a faster rate than you, but they're likely sacrificing in other departments. Like, I see the work that you put into the video editing of your content, and you do art, you've got subtitles, you do like small animations. Editing of your caliber takes days of your time, and it's not like quote unquote fun work where you're just writing stuff. It is the busy scut work of doing the subtitles. You have to sit there, you have to listen over and over again and write this stuff out. And that's probably pretty exhausting, okay? And you have to mix that between all of your other responsibilities, because right now you're not doing this as a full-time job, and that's not even getting into the writing process. I mean, for me, it takes probably anywhere between 1 to 3 days to get a script done, but sometimes it takes longer. It really depends on how easily it flows out of me and onto the page, because I've had ones that have taken at least a week, maybe 2, maybe even a month. And for the record, there is nothing wrong with it taking longer. I've had no small number of ideas pop into my head during the writing process, seemingly out of nowhere, that have made the overall writing a lot richer and more satisfying. I think the key thing is if you put it down, you kind of hope that you've put it down having learned a lesson from it. That's probably the best outcome. So what if you do fan fiction, or if it's based on someone else's work? It's not like you're dumping it all into an AI and telling the AI to write it for you. Like, you can't chat GPT yourself into success, okay? And if you do, then I don't know what kind of person that makes you. The fundamental thing is we are a reflection of the things we like. And by penning it yourself, even when framed within another universe, it's still uniquely yours, okay? And it's your voice that's bringing life to these things. There are times when you probably wonder, oh, I wonder what would happen if like a tech priest turned up in Cyberpunk, or what if Master Chief from Fortnite had his own game? Well, you can create these things as you like, how you like. Just because its roots are in something else, it doesn't invalidate your creative talents, which, by the way, you have in spades. It's not lame. You don't sound lame, okay? I admit I have a hard time listening to myself when I record and when I edit. It's only when I start adding like the ambience and the sound effects that I start to feel comfortable in my own voice. And that's a difficult hurdle to overcome, I think, for basically anyone. And even then, that's a few steps down the process. When I'm recording things, or when I'm listening back through, the Edison plugin, I cringe a lot of the time, because I know I have to like listen through this stuff. I have to dehiss it. I have to make sure there aren't any artifacts. And boy, going through my own raw voice is pretty exhausting sometimes. Okay, I have to like take a break. Like, that I've had a channel for a while, and I've barely even done anything with it. Let's be real. But it's not like you've ever poked me to tell me to hurry up and make something or to do something else with it. You've been incredibly supportive of my works, and I cherish that. It's what friends do, which is why I'm kind of here bigging you up, because I think it's important that you hear these things. I think it's important that you hear from people that you know who really appreciate your work, how much they enjoy it. Plus, I really get a nice hot chocolate and a brownie, which I think we all, agree that that's probably the best thing. Look, the reality is creativity takes time, effort, and sometimes it's just not as rewarding as we'd like it to be. But you can't say that you don't have those pops of like pure wow during the process, or you surprise yourself with a creative flourish when you're editing your audio and you're putting in sound effects. I've had times when I'm making the soundscape that I get a flash of inspiration, and it takes me like 30 minutes to find the right sound effect, or get an existing sound effect and turn it into something that I want. But man, let me tell you, when it hits right, it's like a squirt of pure dopamine into my brain box, and that feels really good. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's okay if things take longer, or it's okay if you worry about the quality of your work, because I think it shows that you're really concerned about making something that you're proud of and what other people really like listening to. And I think that's really admirable. Like, I respect that a lot about you. I do. Why wouldn't I? I mean, you're putting yourself out there in a way that's really vulnerable. Okay, you've worked on something for days, weeks, maybe even months if it's more complex, and you know, you've put money into it, you've collaborated with people, you've had art commissioned. It's a huge amount of effort, and you're putting it out there and it's open for anyone to criticize. That's scary. That's really scary, because it's so easy to take the negative a lot more seriously than the positive. But I think it's one of the coolest things ever. Yeah, like when you said you were making a channel, I was delighted. Like, you've a beautiful voice, you're tremendously creative, and it thrilled me to know that you're exercising your talents. You know how there's a comic where one artist is like putting a cake on the table and is comparing their cake to the one next to it, and they're going, oh man, like that guy's cake is way better than mine. And then in the next panel, you've got another character who's got a knife and a fork and like a big grin on their face, and they're going, holy shit, 2 cakes. Well, like, I'm the second guy, and the difference is like I know the chef, so it kind of tastes all the better, you know? Don't sweat it. Sometimes I think we need a reminder that we can do these things. Like, I don't think people tell their friends what they want to say a lot of the time. And I think, you know, people either feel embarrassed about giving compliments, or they feel worried that they're going to come off as kind of weird when they're telling their friends that they appreciate them. But it's not something I do all the time, but I like to make a habit of it, because I don't think people really appreciate how much they mean to others until sometimes it's too late. All good? Done with your hot chocolate? Okay, well, how about we go and get some ice cream after this? Like, there's a really nice place just down the road, and I'm going to be honest, I've got a real hankering for some mint ice cream. Yeah, I know, but like, it's ice cream, and like, I want it, so I think we're going to go there anyway, and then I'm going to buy you some, and we're going to have a great time. See, I knew I'd twist your arm. It's just that easy. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, thanks very much. That was really nice. Thanks. Should be just this way. All right, let's go. Oh my gosh, this place does some really nice waffles, and I'm all about it. Oh my gosh, I've got such a sweet tooth. It's